warm welcome, distinguished viewers from across the ASEAN region and beyond. We are coming to you live from the plenary hall of the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, where the curtain will soon fall on days of high-level dialogue, diplomacy and partnership. The 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits, hosted under Malaysia's chairmanship. And over the past week, Kuala Lumpur has been the centre of ASEAN's collective spirit, where leaders reaffirm their shared vision of resilient, innovative, and people-centred ASEAN. Discussions have covered areas ranging from economic integration and digital transformation to sustainable energy, food security, and regional stability, all under the theme inclusivity and sustainability. The theme of Malaysia's ASEAN Chairmanship 2025 reflects the aspiration for truly shared progress, ensuring that no one is left behind. It underscores the conviction that ASEAN is committed towards strengthening regional peace, stability and prosperity within an inclusive, sustainable and future-oriented framework. And Malaysia's main priorities as the chair of ASEAN in 2025 can be summarized as to strengthen ASEAN centrality by promoting strategic trust among nations through sustained dialogues, diplomacy and goodwill, and working together with member states. Malaysia seeks to forge and expand our economic partnerships with those beyond our borders, and also to push for greater commitment towards enhancing ASEAN intra-trade and investment. And in this matter, Malaysia will also ensure that ASEAN will be able to leverage on advances in sciences, technology and innovation, harness the benefits of digital transformation and new technologies, and also to ensure that the elements of inclusivity and sustainability, which is the theme for ASEAN Malaysia Chairmanship 2025, take center stage in our regional community building efforts. And this will entail greater efforts at narrowing the development gap and inequalities, improving living standards, while mitigating the impacts of climate change. Inclusivity and sustainability are interdependent and mutually reinforcing values. The element of inclusivity and sustainability will be embedded across all three pillars of ASEAN cooperation. And after days of meaningful deliberations, bilateral engagement and shared commitments, this final ceremony marks the culmination of Malaysia's chairmanship of ASEAN 2025. And the stage before us glows with the emblem of ASEAN, a symbol of unity and friendship that continues to define this region. And in just a few moments, we will welcome the heads of state and government of ASEAN into the hall as we celebrate the spirit of partnership that has guided these historic meetings. And from Kuala Lumpur, the heart of ASEAN this year, we invite you to stay with us as we witness the closing moments of this extraordinary journey. and the ceremonial handover of ASEAN's chairmanship to the Republic of the Philippines for the year 2026. And now, as we await for the arrival of the heads of state and government to the plenary hall, the atmosphere is rich with the harmony of the gamelan ensemble, blending the grace of tradition with the prestige of diplomacy. With traditional instruments, it blends together to bring joy to the atmosphere. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now take a moment to simply enjoy the music, the graceful rhythm of traditional musical instruments, a sound deeply rooted in our region's heritage.
Ada?
A truly fitting atmosphere here in the plenary hall as we await for the arrival of ASEAN heads of state and government for the closing ceremony of the 47th ASEAN Summit. timeless classic by the late Tan Sri Ramli. Getaran Jiwa embodies the beauty of art, emotion, and the spirit of togetherness, values that transcend borders just as ASEAN does. Now the arrival of His Majesty and His Royal Highness of Brunei Darussalam. And as the music flows gracefully through the plenary hall, we are reminded that beneath all diplomacy and dialogue, it is our shared humanity, the vibrations of the soul that unite us as one community. A beautiful moment of reflection, a celebration of culture and connection here in Kuala Lumpur, before official closing of the 47th ASEAN Summit.
Majesty, Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, we will commence our event shortly.
Pakai sini. Dirigit sini.
Another arrivals of heads of states and heads of governments of ASEAN. Now the arrival of Prime Minister Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Accompanied by the rhythmic beats of the kompang, Prime Minister of Malaysia make his entrance to the plenary hall.
Announcing the arrival of the heads of state and government of ASEAN.
Today's ceremony, please remain standing for the ASEAN anthem. The ASEAN Way, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
For your information, these talented kids are from the Chempaka International School. They were crowned the gold medalists at the World Choral Cup in Spain last year, and just earlier this month, they bagged the championship title in the children's choir category at the African Asia Pacific Choir Games in Mauritius. Congratulations to our lovely singers. Thank you. Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing ceremony of the 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits and the handing over of the ASEAN chairmanship to the Republic of the Philippines.
Throughout 2025, Malaysia's ASEAN chairmanship has been guided by the theme inclusivity and sustainability. Let us take a look at the key milestones and achievement under Malaysia's leadership during this remarkable year. Please turn your attention to the screen for a short video presentation.
2025 has been a year of turning points, a time of geopolitical shifts, economic realignment, and rapid technological change. Through it all, Malaysia has steered ASEAN with conviction and purpose. We have drawn the region closer and carried it forward. At this defining moment, ASEAN has stood firm, stronger as one. At the heart of Malaysia's chairmanship lies the theme inclusivity and sustainability. It is about forging a community where every voice soars and no one is left behind, where we secure the long-term well-being of our peoples. Together, we have built new partnerships, deepened those that endure, and kept ASEAN's centrality as our compass. We have sown the seeds of a lasting legacy with ASEAN 2045, our shared future, a strategic vision for future generations. This has been a year of significance, defined by progress and purpose. Through quiet resolve, we have bridged divides and fostered dialogue. We have reinforced ASEAN's place as the cornerstone of regional architecture. We opened a new chapter by admitting Timor-Leste as ASEAN's 11th member. This reaffirms our founding vision for a united, cohesive, and forward-looking Southeast Asia. We have advanced ASEAN's geo-economic agenda by reinforcing our single market and deepening ties with key partners, supercharging our path towards becoming the world's fourth largest economy by 2030. We continue to press ahead on vital fronts, building climate resilience, deepening our digital economy, and connecting the energy grid. Malaysia's chairmanship now culminates in ASEAN's largest and most high-profile gathering of leaders to date, an assembly of the world's principal centers of power and influence. This has been a year where ASEAN proved its resilience, a year when trust held, cooperation deepened, and our voice was heard with greater strength and clarity on the world stage. As our chairmanship draws to a close, Malaysia reflects with pride on the journey we have taken together.
Looking ahead, I have confidence that ASEAN can chart our future with foresight, with confidence and determination. I am confident that the aspirations of ASEAN, of peace, of justice, of prosperity shared by all will endure for generations to come.
Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now our honor to invite the Honorable Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia and Chair of ASEAN 2025, to deliver his closing remarks. The Honorable, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Peduli Yang Maha Mulia Tuanku Sultan, Ketua Negara, rekan-rekan saya muliakan, satu penghormatan luar biasa kepada negara Malaysia tercinta untuk menakhaudai ASEAN 2025. Pada hari ini kita akan labuh tabir untuk tahun ini. Dan tahun depan, rakan saya, Presiden Ferdinand Marcos Jr. akan mengambil alih. Your Highness, leaders of ASEAN, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, oh, what a relief. We have come to the close of the 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits. It has been a privilege to host Your Majesty and leaders here in Kuala Lumpur through these intense and illuminating exchanges. In today's world, where constancy is a rare virtue, Shakespeare warns us against being passion's slave and urges us that we should be governed by reason, to be steadfast amid the stirrings and frenzies of the hour. That must be ASEAN's way if we are to endure. We also take quiet satisfaction in seeing conversations unfold among partners and powers beyond these walls. We revived dialogues, built new bridges, and proved that ASEAN's machinery, when guided by patience and reason, still works. We recognize that no chairmanship, not even a generation, can right every wrong. Some crises will persist. Some lives remain shadowed by fear and want. Yet history seldom leaps. It bends slowly through the will, labor, and sheer stubbornness of those who refuse to despair. I salute you, leaders, because you refuse to despair. What matters is that each act of courage, each small step helps to arc our region closer to hope and justice. I therefore thank again, from the bottom of my heart, to every member state, our dialogue partners, and the ASEAN Secretariat, Dr. Kao, for their perseverance, patience, and cooperation. Without their steadfast support, purpose will have spoken loudly but achieved little. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on the first day of 2026, ASEAN will begin a new chapter. This evening, it is my honor to mark that transition and to ceremonially hand over the chairmanship to the Republic of the Philippines. To my friend Bombong, good luck. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., as you assume this responsibility, I have every confidence that under your steady hand, ASEAN will continue to act with clarity, composure, and that warmth and poise for which the Filipino people are known. As Jose Rizal wrote in El Filibusterismo, it is a useless life that is not consecrated to a great ideal. It is like a stone wasted on the field without becoming part of any edifice. The great wanderlust Malay, the Filipino and ASEAN hero Jose Rizal. Before I conclude, allow me to express my deepest gratitude to the officials, volunteers, and partners whose devotion, stamina, and professionalism have made this chairmanship possible. I also wish to thank the people of Malaysia for their patience and generosity throughout this demanding year. You, fellow Malaysians, welcome our guests with warmth. Adapted to every disruption, and reminded the region that hospitality is not just our custom, but our character. In your hands, thousands, from the airport to the police on the ground, duty became service, and service became love of the country. In the eyes of the world, you have shown the best of Malaysia. Terima kasih. With that, I declare the 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits closed. Thank you.
Thank you, Datuk Sri, for the remarks. May we kindly invite Datuk Sri to remain on the stage, please. We now invite His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, to join the Prime Minister of Malaysia on stage for the handing over of the ASEAN Chairmanship.
Symbolizes the authority and responsibility of the ASEAN Chairmanship, a commitment to unity, cooperation, and shared prosperity among all ASEAN member states. Let us now witness the handing over of the ASEAN Chairmanship from Malaysia to the Republic of the Philippines.
Congratulations to the Republic of the Philippines, the ASEAN Chair for 2026. We kindly invite His Excellency over of the ASEAN Chairmanship.
The gavel symbolizes the authority and responsibility of the ASEAN Chairmanship, a commitment to unity, cooperation, and shared prosperity among all ASEAN member states. Let us now witness the handing over of of the ASEAN chairmanship from Malaysia to the Republic of the Philippines.
Congratulations to the Republic of the Philippines, the ASEAN chair for 2026. We kindly invite His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to remain on stage and the Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia to kindly return to your seat. And it's now my honor to pass it over to you, sir, on the microphone.
Please take note they took the gavel away from me immediately. I think it means I'm still on probation. The Honorable Dato Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim, fellow ASEAN leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me begin by congratulating Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim for a successful chairship of ASEAN and for advancing ASEAN's broader agenda under the theme, inclusivity and sustainability. This year, Malaysia steered ASEAN with clarity and conviction. I commend not only Your Excellency's leadership, but also the steady hands and warm hospitality of the government of Malaysia. You have shown us that ASEAN makes the greatest strides when vision is matched with pragmatism. As your chairship concludes, the Philippines is honored to take on the responsibility of leading ASEAN from 2026. We are committed to carrying forward your momentum and to implement on its first year the ASEAN Community Vision 2045 with purpose and resolve. We likewise remain dedicated to facilitating the further integration of Timor-Leste into the ASEAN family. I also wish to recognize the indispensable role of the ASEAN Secretariat. Your steadfast commitment and support to the chair have been vital for ASEAN's continued success. We look forward to working closely with you in the months ahead as we bring the priorities of the Philippines and, of course, that of ASEAN to realization. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ASEAN is our ship, and 2026 will be the year when we set full sail together towards our shared horizon, guided by the theme, navigating our future together. The Philippines will continue to fortify our peace and security anchors, strengthen our prosperity corridors, and advance people empowerment. These main priorities will serve as our compass, guiding ASEAN towards a future where peace, prosperity, and people remain at the heart of all that we say and all that we do. This reflects not just our aspirations, but our resolve to ensure that ASEAN's integration agenda translates into real opportunities for businesses to grow, for communities to thrive, and for progress to be inclusive, sustainable, and shared by all. In 2017, the Philippines steered ASEAN in consolidating its gains over the past 50 years. In 2026, as we commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, we will continue to champion peace and stability through dialogue, adherence to international law, and enhanced cooperation on traditional and non-traditional security issues. Our chairship arrives at a defining moment for ASEAN, one marked by both promise and complexity. For though the tides of change may be unpredictable, our compass must remain constant, anchored in cooperation. It must be oriented toward maintaining a stable and secure region, built upon a shared vision of an open, inclusive, transparent, and rules-based ASEAN regional architecture. With the Philippines at the helm, we will continue to ensure that ASEAN and ASEAN-led mechanisms and processes remain central. We, as ASEAN, will stand firm as the institution that serves as the driving force behind the region's evolving landscape. Our goal is not to diverge from past chairships, but to build upon the collective work of our predecessors. As we pledge our sustained commitment as chair, we likewise hope our vision will be shared amongst all ASEAN member states, the Secretariat, and all our external partners. It is in this spirit that I warmly invite you all to the Philippines. With our collective resolve, let us navigate into our future together. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your inspiring remark. We would like kindly invite His Excellency President of the Republic of the Philippines to return to his seat. To mark the beginning of the Philippines ASEAN Chairmanship 2026, please direct your attention to the screen for a brief video presentation.
50 years ago, ASEAN's founding members signed the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, the TAC, a bold vision for peace built on trust, dialogue, and mutual respect, marked a significant turning point. This treaty changed everything from 5 nations to 11, from regional partnerships to global influence. Today, more than 50 countries have acceded to the TAC, making it one of the world's most successful peace frameworks. The Philippines, being the first to sign and ratify the treaty, helped write the story, and now we guide its next chapter. As we commemorate 50 years of the TAC in 2026, we carry on the vision for global peace and stability. ASEAN 2026.
And with that, we conclude a remarkable chapter of regional cooperation, the 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits here in Kuala Lumpur. To all delegates, thank you for believing in Malaysia, for your friendship, dialogue, and commitment to peace and prosperity in our region. To our viewers and members of the media, thank you very much for journeying with us through every moment of this extraordinary summit week. From the International Broadcast Centre in Kuala Lumpur, bidding you farewell, terima kasih, and jumpa lagi in ASEAN 2026 in Philippines. Assalamualaikum.
Shine so bright, standing strong in the light. From dawnlit shores to twilight skies, together spirits high. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind, hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, so bright, standing strong in the light. From dawnlit shores to twilight skies, together spirits high. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams. We're conscious better, from rolling seas to mountains high. Together become one and hearts align. United, together we rise, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home. Flavors rich, traditions told, in every dish a past unfolds. Gathered close, our ties we weave, a feast of love in harmony. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams. We're conscious better, from rolling seas to mountains high. Together become one and hearts align. United together we rise, reaching for the skies. ASEAN. Our land, our home. Flavors rich, traditions told. of ASEAN shines so bright, standing strong in the light. From dawnlit shores to twilight skies, together spirits high. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams. Wake on to span, from rolling seas to mountains high. Together become one and hearts align. United, together we rise, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home. Flavors rich, traditions told, in every dish a past unfolds. Gathered close, our ties we weave, a feast of love in harmony. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams. Wake up to span, from rolling seas to mountains high. Together become one and hearts align. United together we rise, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home. Flavors rich, traditions told, in every dish a past unfold. Gather close, our ties we weave, a feast of love in harmony. Together we walk on and on, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home forevermore. ASEAN, our land, our home. The beauty of ASEAN shines so bright. The beauty of ASEAN shines so bright, standing strong in the light. From dawnlit shores to twilight skies, together spirits high. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, shines so bright, standing strong in the light. From dawnlit shores to twilight skies, together spirits high. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams. Wake up to spare, from rolling seas to mountains high. Together become one and hearts align. United, together we rise, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home. Flavors rich, traditions told, in every dish a past unfolds. Gathered close, our ties we weave, a feast of love in harmony. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams. Wake up to spare, from rolling seas to mountains high. Together become one and hearts align. United together we rise, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home. Flavors rich, traditions told, in every dish a past unfold. Gather close, our ties we weave, a feast of love in harmony. Together we walk on and on, reaching for the skies. ASEAN, our land, our home forevermore. ASEAN, our land, our home. The beauty of ASEAN shines so bright, standing strong in the light. From dawnlit shores to twilight skies, together spirits high. Rhythms echo, voices sing, a symphony of hearts within. Kindness flows in every kind. Hand in hand we bond together. Oh, ASEAN, united we stand, a land of dreams. Wake up to spare, from rolling
And now, the press conference by the Honorable Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia and Chair of ASEAN 2025. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim enters the hall. Warm applause from the media and delegates. The Honorable Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Bang, belakang cik dia bang. Tak maju ke bang? Sana ambil orang ni. Sekejap, dia panggil bos. Dia panggil bos. Sekejap, aku nak lagi. Aku nak panggil. Kena ajar satu saya.
The Honorable Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim taking a few minutes to share smile and photograph with the school children have performed throughout today's ceremony. These young students proudly waving the ASEAN flags represent the next generation, the future custodians of our region's unity and peace. Their excitement, their laughter and the glow of pride on their faces capture the very spirit of this summit. Spirit of this summit. And the soul ASEAN is above all about people. A beautiful, genuine moment, the Prime Minister connecting with the youth. Also symbolizing that the journey of ASEAN does not end in conference hall, but continues in classroom, in communities. And taking the podium, the Prime Minister is expected to share the key outcomes from the 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, salam sejahtera. Alhamdulillah kita dapat selesai dan jayakan sidang khas, bukan sidang penuh kemuncak ketua-ketua negara ASEAN. 2-3 hari ini puluhan mesyuarat, perjumpaan dari pagi sampai malam. Kita dapat pertemukan, bawa ke sini tokoh-tokoh besar negara-negara luar dari seluruh benua. Presiden Donald Trump Amerika Syarikat, Premier Li Chang China, kemudian Brazil mewakili Latin America, Afrika Selatan mewakili Afrika, dan Eropah. Jadi alhamdulillah. Tapi saya tadi gunakan kesempatan tadi untuk ucapkan terima kasih, penghargaan. Berapa orang bekerja? Puluhan ribu. Ya, seperti saya katakan dari lapangan terbang sampai ke pasukan keselamatan, immigration, custom, semuanya. Dan tentunya yang besarnya Kementerian Luar dan perdagangan dan pelaburan. Yang tentunya KSN dan seluruh jentera kerajaan. Jadi saya bila bab itu memang terharu sedikit. Ya, politik satu bab, tetapi yang ini menunjukkan bagaimana rakyat keseluruhannya kerja bertungkus lumus, pagi, petang, malam, tak kira waktu. Ya, seperti mana kata saya sebut tadi, berapa servis kerana cinta kepada negara Malaysia. Baik. Jadi ini menunjukkan Malaysia ini dia pertahankan sikap yang sederhana, centrality, maknanya dia boleh berhubung dan berkawan dengan semua. Ada orang kata, mengapa kita memihakkan negara China? Ya, tapi kita jemput dan baik dengan Amerika Syarikat. Mengapa terlalu sambut Amerika Syarikat? Tapi kita baik dengan Brazil dan Afrika Selatan yang tidak disenangi oleh setengah negara barat. Mengapa kita dengan EU, Uni Eropah? Kerana perdagangan, pelaburan, negara-negara itu penting. Jadi bagi saya keputusan yang kita buat itu keputusan menjaga imej negara, menjaga kepentingan negara, ekonominya, pelaburannya, dan yang lebih penting manfaat kepada rakyatnya. Bila kita baik dengan negara, mereka berdagang, datang sini sebagai pelancong, sebagai pedagang, sebagai pelabur, manfaatnya kepada rakyat. Jadi itu sebabnya mengapa kita teruskan dengan sidang-sidang ini, dan yang lain itu termasuk umpamanya wakil daripada IMF, Bank Dunia, AMRO, EABC dan beberapa badan-badan pendidikan dunia yang terkenal. Dan suatu yang perkembangan yang sangat menarik ialah kemasukan Timor Leste sebagai anggota ke-11 ASEAN yang sangat sentimental dan emosional bagi mereka. Kerana Timor Leste ini sebahagian dari Indonesia dulunya mereka. Dia di bawah penjajah Portugal. Kemudian bila merdeka bersama dengan Indonesia. Kemudian ada beberapa masalah dalaman, mereka keluar dan merdeka sejak 1999. Sampai 1999 mereka bergelut nak menjadi sebahagian daripada ASEAN. Apakah mereka sudah sebahagian? Ya, daripada asal ASEAN ditubuhkan, Mereka itu sebahagian daripada ASEAN. Tapi bila terkeluar sebagai negara sendiri, dia terpaksa gunakan proses semula, terutama sebagai negara-negara itu relatif miskin. Saya sebagai pengurusi ASEAN, saya tak kira sama ada kedudukan negara itu miskin itu kaya. Kita berkawan bukan kerana negara itu kaya. Kita berkawan kerana menghormati negara dan maruah rakyat dan negara itu. Sama seperti kita dalam persahabatan kita. Ada keluarga kita miskin, ada keluarga kita agak senang. Takkan kita pilih yang kaya. Jadi begitu juga dalam hubungan antara negara. Sebab itu rakan-rakan kita, terutama di Kementerian Luar, bertungkus lumus dan sepanjang tahun ini cari jalan dan helah bagaimana dapat keanggotaan penuh Timor Leste dalam ASEAN, dan alhamdulillah tanpa sejarah kerana kemasukan mereka. Ada yang bertanya penyelesaian Myanmar. Myanmar kita tidak berganjak keputusan kita tentang konsensus 5 perkara. Syarat-syarat. Kemudian kita bincang. Kita akui kerana saya bertemu dengan Ong Lai, masa itu senior general dan Perdana Menteri, 2 kali di Bangkok dan di Beijing. Kemudian Menteri Luar dengan beberapa rakan sejawat bertemu dengan pemimpin-pemimpin Myanmar di Myanmar. Jadi ini menunjukkan kesediaan kita mengadakan hubungan baik, tetapi tak berganjak dari syarat. Apa dia faedah dia? Sejak setahun yang lalu, setelah kita campur tangan, berunding dengan mereka, mereka hentikan serangan. Ada 1-2 peristiwa, tetapi tidak seperti mana dengar 2-3 tahun yang lalu. Kampung dihancurkan, pembunuhan berlaku, pelarian ratus-ratusan ribu bahkan. Ya, tapi ini tidak. Masih berlaku, masih kita kesalkan, tetapi jauh lebih kurang daripada apa yang pernah berlaku. Sebab itu, hubungan diteruskan, tapi belum lagi iktiraf, dan kita masih terikat dengan konsensus 5 perkara. Baik, kita kemudian ada apa yang disebut beberapa perjanjian persahaman perniagaan dengan Amerika Syarikat yang mengundang banyak juga teguran dan kritikan. Sebahagian baca, sebahagiannya mengangguk tanpa memahami. Siapa kata kita mengalah? Yang bincang dengan Presiden Amerika itu, ya, itu pasukan dia. Ya, tetapi yang bincang hati ke hati, empat mata itu saya dengan Presiden Trump. Dan jangan lupa, kita boleh menjerit di sini, tapi orang mati di Gaza, dibunuh, dibom. Caranya bagaimana? Maki Israel, sudah. Marah ke Amerika, sudah. Tapi ini kesempatan kita berjumpa sendiri. Sekarang ini sekurang-kurangnya dengan campur dengan Amerika, dihentikan serangan. Dan dilarang penaklukan tebing barat. Apakah berhasil sepenuhnya? Tidak. Tetapi sekurang-kurangnya dihentikan serangan, pembunuhan. Orang dibunuh. Kita asyik politik kita. Nak cari cheap political stunt. Itu saya tidak puas hati sama sekali. Siapa kata kita menyerah? Nak cari tegas seperti kita. Siapa yang berani berucap depan Presiden Donald Trump? Tiap kali jumpa dia, Gaza, terima kasih atas penyelesaian awal, tapi bagi penyelesaian sepenuhnya, bagi penghormatan kepada rakyat, jangan ada lagi perkara ini berlaku. Pastikan tidak lagi kecurangan dilakukan. Itu kita lakukan kerana apa? Saya Perdana Menteri Malaysia. Ini kadang-kadang orang, ya dia kesampingkan pandangan sedemikian. Sudah, dalam mobil yang disebut bis tu, berat pergi kereta. Duduk dalam kereta macam duduk dalam istana. Tapi saya tidak terpukau. Oh, aku hebat duduk sebelah. Tak. Saya kata terima kasih bagi ruang. Terima kasih kena datang ke Malaysia. Terima kasih kena selesaikan. Tetapi, saya bagi pandangan-pandangan. Tapi inilah hubungan diplomasi ini tidak semua nak kena jerit di luar. Yang penting, saudara ada mewakilkan kepada saya jadi jurucakap dan saya bercakap untuk pertahankan kepentingan rakyat Palestin dan Gaza. Kemudian dalam sidang, Mat Zafrul ada, yang bilateral Malaysia United States, kita ucap terima kasih dan kita minta biarlah komprehensif. Yang 20 poin itu tidak cukup komprehensif kerana tak sebut tentang negara Palestin, tak sebut tentang tebing barat secara teliti. Kemudian sekarang dia sebut jangan serang, jangan takluki tebing barat. Kita sebut. Kemudian ASEAN United States, depan semua kepala negara ASEAN, Tuanku Sultan Brunei, ketua-ketua presiden, Perdana Menteri semua. Saya tegaskan lagi. Saya kata, terima kasih Tuan Presiden. Dia duduk sebelah saya. Nak tunjuk berani sangat subuh yang bising dekat kampung Sabak Berenang ke mana. Dah, bukanlah saya. Tapi tak payah sokong saya. Tetapi bila kenyataan kita lakukan, bagilah sokongan pada pendirian Malaysia. Malaysia bernasib baik, alhamdulillah, kita pengurusi ASEAN. Teram sebelah saya kata thank you Mr. President. Soal Gaza ni kurang-kurangnya ada, tapi ingat kita selalu sebut komprehensif. Komprehensif maknanya penyelesaian menyeluruh. Menyeluruh ni maknanya menghormati hak rakyat Palestin, termasuk negara dia. Siapa yang sebut? Malaysia. Siapa di depan siapa? Depan Donald Trump. Nah ini saya nak. Jadi ini yang dilakukan. Baik, ada masalah perjanjian perdagangan yang diundingkan oleh pasukan perdagangan kita yang banyak dikepalai oleh Tugu Zafrul dan sebahagian dari segi kewangan mungkin Amir Menteri Kewangan kedua, tapi kebanyakannya itu dikendali oleh MITI. Mereka mahu bicara soal rare earth, nadi bumi. Mereka mahu bicara soal semiconductor, chips, jaga soal maritime. Ya, kita bersetuju apa yang ada, bagi. Tapi apakah itu menghalang kita dengan negara China? Tak ada. Apakah menghalang kita ada hubungan dengan negara lain? Tidak. Jadi, sementara kita berunding, bukan menyerah. Kalau saya lihat, saya tengok sekarang ni, ya, parti pembangkang tak apalah kerja dia bangkang, tapi dalam hal ini sudah semua negara lakukan. Macam kita, oh pasal apa jemput Donald Trump, patut jangan jemput. Oh, dia ini dilaknat Allah dan siapa yang menyokong dia itu samalah dilaknat. Ya, benda politik. Inilah negara kita jadi bahan. Ada setengah tu orang ustaz belajar agama. Tanyalah dulu. Oh, Anwar bercium pipi isteri Marcos. Betul dia pegang saya. Saya buat begini. Dia ambil gambar dia nampak. Tak adalah sentuh pun. Aduh. Aku tak apalah. Tak ada sungguh. Tengok kalau ambil gambar belah kanan. Ambil lagi. Ini kalau bagaimana orang agama boleh begitu? Tak tahu fakta. Terus hukum. Munafik. Ini maksiat. Tak boleh saudara macam tu. Ini kita ni Malaysia ni jadi tumpuan dunia. Seluruh dunia perhati Malaysia. Bagaimana kita boleh handle Trump, esoknya dengan Lee Chiang, hari ini sign dengan Trump, esok sign dengan Lee Chiang. Kemudian sepakat negara ASEAN, bawa Brazil. Brazil itu perang, musuh betul dengan Donald Trump, kita panggil dia. South Africa, Ramaphosa, disergah oleh Trump masa pertemuan, kita panggil dia. Saya kena tegang. Kalau dunia bagi perhatian, ada 2-3 ini memang dengki, hasad dengki dengan kita. Bukan soal saya. Ini yang kawan-kawan saya kerja lagi bertungkus lumus untuk menjayakan ini. Jadi sudah kena harap. Saya syukur, saya anak Malaysia. Saya bangga kerana Malaysia harum namanya sekarang. Sebab itu kita sign kemudian ya. ASEAN-China Free Trade Agreement 3.0 upgrade. Yang pertama ASEAN dengan yang upgrade ini. Pertama. Kalau kita takut dengan negara Amerika Syarikat, mana mungkin kita sign dengan China sehari selepas Presiden Trump pulang? Tak mungkin. Ini saya kata kebijaksanaan diplomasi, ya, bukan saya tapi juga rakan-rakan semua. Baik. Yang lain, ya kita benar-benar sudah ikutilah yang lain. Baik. Terima kasih banyak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ada soalan tak ada kan? Ada soalan esok ada lagi, sudahlah. Ada okey ya.
Firdaus Awani.
Assalamualaikum Datuk Seri, Firdaus pada Asra Awani. Datuk Seri, banyak perkara positif tahniah saya ucapkan, tetapi masih saya nak menyentuh tentang ASEAN yang mana Datuk Seri sebutkan progres itu secara gradual, tetapi selepas 5 tahun kegagalan untuk melaksanakan 5 PC secara keseluruhan. Jadi apakah benchmark untuk ASEAN next untuk melihat tentang penyelesaian isu Myanmar ini? Kita dah habis Datuk Seri, kita nak bagi pada Filipina pula.
5 tahun ya. Baru 5 tahun. Gaza 70 tahun. Kita berupaya macam dalam doa kita lah. In uridu illal islah mastata'tu. Kita berusaha sedaya upaya bawa kebaikan dan perubahan sedaya upaya. Apa dia upaya kita yang pertama? Hentikan serangan sama ada kepada Buddhis di Karen atau Muslim Rakhine yang Rohingya itu. Dan bagi saya, walaupun tidak sepenuhnya, itu kejayaan sangat besar. Permulaannya. Sekarang kita kena teruskan. Jadi bagi saya betul dia agak rumit, dia suka kerana dia melibatkan perundangan, dia melibatkan pengiktirafan hak warga negara, itu masih. Tapi bagi saya bagi tahu kepada Senior General Perdana Menteri Mulai, kita tak boleh terima serangan, pembunuhan, kampung, rakyat yang tidak berdosa. Okay? Jadi ada permulaan yang baik, walaupun saya setuju dan saya mengaku masih banyak yang harus dikerjakan. Baik, terima kasih. Lain? Yes.
Norman.
Datuk Sri, Norman from Nikkei. How do you look at the overall, what have you achieved and also not achieved throughout your chairmanship as Nikkei and throughout chairmanship of ASEAN? And also another part about what's your comment about criticisms that ASEAN is still being toothless after all these years?
Well, firstly, I don't think you should assess or evaluate based on my chairmanship. You see, I inherit an organization. They have done remarkably well in some areas. We're not starting this year. What is very critical to my mind in any regional body to secure peace. And you know now, ASEAN is going to be one of the most peaceful regions in the world. Second, focusing the economic fundamentals. And in terms of investment, trade, and economic growth, it is one of the fastest growing economy in the world. That's why the whole world is looking at us. That's why the whole world, representing the whole continent, is here. Because of it is peaceful, it has enormous potential to propel economic growth. Now, have we achieved everything? No, certainly not. But if you can see, for example, in terms of the focus on the power grid, that's new. We achieved this year on connectivity, on refocusing from just geopolitics to expand our linkages and collaboration with other continents. EU, FTA, is not proceeding at a faster pace because of our position to push ahead on these FTAs with China, okay, traditionally with the United States, but now with Latin America and Africa. Why must we talk about globalization? We talk about multilateralism. Why must we ignore Africa and Latin America? People may choose to ignore. Some countries may not like Brazil or South Africa. Nothing to do with us. we consider them as great friends, and it's true. Both President Lula da Silva and Cyril Ramaphosa are my friends. But since they are given that task, and they believe strongly that they should engage and enhance this collaboration, but including trade and investments. So I see that as something very positive, although, as I've said, this has to continue. Is some immediate return, some medium term, some long term. By one more.
Aaron.
Yes.
Thank you, Dato Sri. Aaron Connolly from The Economist. I just wanted to ask you about the East Asia Summit yesterday. I understand that there will be no joint statement from the East Asia Summit because there could be no consensus reached, and that the United States blocked that joint statement. I just wondered if you could talk to us a little bit about Malaysia's efforts to try and bridge the differences between, say, Russia, the United States, China, and why that joint statement didn't come out. Thank you.
Notwithstanding what you have said, this is one forum where Russia was present, Myanmar was present, United States, China, and all the relevant stake players. You don't have regional meetings with their presence. Some meetings, if Myanmar comes in, the Europeans get out. Some meetings, if Russians come in, the others will not participate. But in the ASEAN-sponsored East Asia Summit, at least there was preparedness to engage and listen. They may agree, they may disagree, but that's the position taken. And the consensus ASEAN, within ASEAN, is to ensure that there is engagement. We should not stop engaging. Okay? And then, secondly, peace is to us critical. So if you say there are issues, for example, there was no clarity in terms of South China Sea, for example, the issue. I disagree, because we all agree. ASEAN countries say, based on the code of conduct. Premier Lee Chang responded to say, yes, we should facilitate and accelerate the process and agreement on the code of conduct. ASEAN and all the relevant parties all agreed that this region should not be an area of contestation of superpowers. Their presence is accepted. We work with some maritime arrangements with the Americans, and there's traditional military exercise with Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Singapore. We have increased activity with maritime collaboration with China. But that's how it should work, to my mind, you see. But with Malaysia, at least our maritime borders will never allow the presence of any military force, foreign military force, they will be deemed to be provocative against the rest, because it is inconsistent with our policy of centrality, of engaging with all. Do I answer your question? It's clear? Thank you. Yes. One final question, because I have a bilateral with Australia. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Sri, I wonder you can share with us what you and President Trump talked about during your ride from the tarmac to KLCC, and did he promise us anything on semiconductor, the tariffs, the sectoral tariffs, anything on that?
Well, I would say that, I did, on the lighter note, mentioned to him, because when he invited me, I said, because the security and protocol guys doesn't seem to look happy. Then he said, get Prime Minister Anwar in. So I went in. And then, of course, I need to know about the car. So that takes a few minutes. But, of course, I make full use of the opportunity to engage. And to President Trump's credit, he is also a good listener in these private engagements. He gives some views. I politely disagree on some issues. I mean, he wants to know, of course, about our relations with neighbors, particularly with China, and why I invited Brazil and South Africa, and I engaged. And on the tariffs, of course, I said 19% still high for us, but then he has now imposed a zero tariff on the major, our major facility, including our major export, semiconductor for now. I, of course, thank him for that. Then I spent some time discussing Gaza. He knew about, even my meeting with past Hamas leaders. And I explained to him why. I was in Doha. I know one or two of them. I decided to meet them and strongly urge them to support the peace initiative by the Arab neighbors, OIC. That was it. But subsequently, one of them was killed in this Israeli attack in Iran. And I say, once I do support, and I think no one can dispute the fact that he was quite determined to ensure that this peace in Gaza stop the continued killings. But I said, if you talk about a lasting peace, a durable peace, that must be comprehensive. But of course, his answer is that, this is the first phase. We are working with it, working on it. He said, do I know Witkoff? I said, I met him. We are taking it very seriously. It must not fail, is a problem. So I think I was in a fortunate position because firstly, he allowed me to have that foresight with him in private, in confidence. And I must confess that he listens very attentively and our views. And some, contrary to some of his earlier assertions. So well, people expect me to, what do you expect me to do? I think I did my best to represent the voice of conscience, what Malaysians want us to do. Now, if there's no opportunity, had he not been here, there will not be an opportunity. But at least there's a voice that he has to listen, And we repeated that in the formal. Of course, in the formal session, bilateral Malaysia and United States with President Donald Trump, and within ASEAN, naturally I've got to be more guarded, right? I mean, this is an diplomatic encounters like that. I wouldn't be as, I did spend, take it from me, Melissa, that I did my best to appeal to him to say that. You see? And of course, there are many things he said in private, which is, to me, enlightening. And of course, I was happy to hear that. But then, these are private conversations between leaders, and you have to respect that. You start leaking phone calls like we did in the past, nobody will talk to you. Or you leaking private conversations, it will not be done. So I'm just informing things that I think is something which is permissible. Okay, terima kasih banyak.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, Assalamualaikum.
And that concludes the press conference by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, marking the successful culmination of the 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits, an event that has strengthened ASEAN's role as a pillar of stability and partnership in the region. With that, thank you and jumpa lagi.